Oh, Team Liquid, they are so back. They are leading 1-0 in this rematch against FUT in the lower bracket. I'm your host, Yingsu. I'm seeing Nat eating a banana on camera. I'm feeling very worried because there's a curse. You eat the banana, you lose the next map. But I'm now joined by CNED once again and a very special guest, Uri from the Spanish broadcast. Now, hello. I am very sorry about what happened earlier. You okay? You doing good? I'm
okay. I trust that tomorrow Heretics will win. So.
Oh, okay. No matter who they play against, right?
I don't care.
Oh, okay.
I don't care.
But it looks like they might be playing against Team Liquid. I know you're not worried. You believe in Team Heretics, yeah. But did you expect Team Liquid to come out and be this dominant?
Not this dominant, but I thought that Team Liquid could win today, FUT. I remember the first game they played together, and that was a game that FUT won thanks to the factor clutch. They clutched so many rounds, and today is not happening the same. So I think Team Liquid can beat today FUT.
Yeah, I mean, CNED, you mentioned one word, aim, before we got into this game. And it does look like Liquid just have it all right now. Is it as simple as an aim diff, you feel?
Yeah.
Yeah? Is that simple?
Yeah, I mean, no, like, I think FUT couldn't play like how they played previously. Like, they look really shaky. Like, I don't know what to say.
I mean, but both teams, right, it's been like a weird map. We do have one of those weird rounds from this weird map. A lot of stuff was going on, a lot of shenanigans, and it starts with Cameron, of course, taking a risk here. Very unlucky, gets Yetta just the one kill. Normally, I've seen that as a Jet player, when you take those risks on the defense, you want to get just more than one, right?
Yeah, like he took a risk, but I think 1 versus 1 changed like for FUT's favor, to be honest, in that moment. But Liquid managed to like almost win the round.
Yeah,
even after that advantage.
What happened next, Uri? What happened? Talk me through this.
I think that that was an incredible play from Kamik. Kamik was playing insane this map, and this round he clutched up. I think he got a 4K in the round, and they didn't have enough time to defuse the spike. But it was another time of a mistake from FUT, leaving the back. And Kamik was pushing around and was killing one in the back, returning with his teammate. And that was a mistake that FUT did. Not today, all day long, all the matches is happening the same. And Kamik punished that, but not enough time to defuse the spike.
And speaking of that, they had very different ideas of how to defend. Mm-hmm. So talk me through, what you saw there.
Well, I think FUT, the most problem that has a FUT is that it's playing so quiet in defense. They are not pushing, they're not looking for information. They are just waiting, and Team Liquid punished that. They were executing or at least making some splits on A side, and FUT has had no chances to retake that. I think that FUT has to improve that. They have the potential to do it, but they're not playing quite well on defense, and that is a mistake they have to take.
Yeah, the reaction, right? It just wasn't quite there. Yeah. You wanted to see them react a little bit
and Liquid
better.
was doing the opposite. Liquid was pushing every single round, getting information, getting a +1 in the other side, and they had more chances to win defensive rounds.
Yeah, and it really helped. They won a lot of 4v5s too. But CNED, we got to talk about the duelist showdown here. A Jet versus Yoru. We had a lot of debate on what was better, what works more on this map. And of course, as you predicted, Zeus doesn't op a lot. He bought the op twice. He didn't manage to get any kills with it, and then he kind of went back to the Vandal. So what did you think about this Yoru versus Jet?
Like, to be honest, in this map, Yoru is a better agent to be valuable for the team, but Jet is also like a self-agent which frag, and you can just like go with dash with operator, you can just kill 2-3. But I couldn't see like the effect of Yoru, to be honest, like for the team and for himself. I think like he didn't like play how he played like against Fnatic, to be honest.
Oh, he was very annoying.
Yeah, he was very annoying,
Fnatic,
but this day, like, he couldn't show that. I think that's one of the reasons, like, I think FUT get behind.
Yeah, I mean, well, the good news is Yetajay and Mr. Fallen are smiling, nothing is wrong right now. I do wonder, though, do they actually, it just got really serious. Just as I said, they're like, oh, they're just smiling. It got very serious. But I do wonder if they have what it takes to shut down some of these players on Team Liquid. You guys mentioned it already. Kamik it felt like Kamik had all of the space in the entire world. He had space time to peek, he had time to use his ult, and they didn't really have any answers for him. But I'm looking at the next map coming up, because this is where Uri, we should expect him to move on to something like the Gecko. And as you know, if you give Gecko this much freedom and this much space as well, it's going to be really rough for FUT.
And also combined with a Sky or with this aggressive character that has camo that can punish a lot on the rival mistakes. I think Kamik is being the main character of the game,
yeah.
And if he's still playing like this, I think FUT is in serious problems to win the game.
Yeah, and he's also not really on the role that you would expect a player to be making the space for his team and carry and flanking, like doing all sorts. But here's the thing, it is Bind next. Abyss was FUT's pick. CNET, do you think FUT could have maybe predicted that Liquid would pick Bind? They should be prepared for this?
I think they prepared it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they were like ready for that pick, because as I said, in the Vitality game they show a lot of weakness, like especially in the B-long, sorry, I think. FUT in defense side, they didn't even took B-long, and Vitality really punished that space. And I think they should work on this, and they will be more prepared, I believe.
Yeah, it's the same thing versus BBL as well. It was a lot of, you know, pistols we've seen them do before, setups we've seen them before. We even heard Pipson here tell us you can basically read Team Liquid's defense side by just looking at where the Viper Wall is. You know where Nat is going to be, you know what they're going to do. This, in theory, Uri, should be a really good opportunity for FUT to come back into the game, right? In theory.
In theory, but they will be able to do it. I have so many doubts about that. I have so many doubts. I like a lot how Team Liquid plays on Bind, and I don't like anything about how FUT used to play on Bind.
No.
So I want to trust them to have improved a lot to force a decider map. But this man, Nats, is incredibly in the best performance individual he has already played these last years. So I think this is going to be a 2-0 Team Liquid.
This is the thing, though. Everybody always says, oh, yeah, we know exactly what Nats does. But then you can't beat him. You can say you know what he does, right? It's very hard to be able to beat him. Give me some hope, CNED, on the side of FUT. Something that maybe you like that they do on Bind.
I think what FUT makes good on Bind is like retaking the space. Like, for example, they give shower, and they took it back like when they don't have info. I think that's what they good at it, and they didn't do this in Abyss. Like, they didn't be aggressive, but I think they are doing good on the Bind, and I want to see some some aggressive plays.
We want to look out for those re-clears, right? They want to re-clear the space.
re-clears.
I do have to, you know, bring this back to the KO talk, because KO on Bind, not the weirdest thing ever. We see teams do it. I mean, you've been part of 2 teams now. Not 1, but 2 teams, CNED, that plays this on Bind. Do you like it? Do you feel like maybe if they do change something, this is the one place they could change?
Like Kaio, I think is good on this map actually. To be honest, I like Kaio how Cracks also played Kaio. So maybe like going Kaio, like give some Cracks like a space, like and he will start to feel comfortable, and teams start to feel comfortable.
Yeah, and we got to address the Viper as well, Uri, because we don't see Viper a lot, and we're potentially about to see a Viper versus Viper, which I think is, in this day and age, as we take a look at Agent Select, very rare. We will see a Viper versus Viper, but it does seem like they've swapped a few things around. There's no Tejo anymore.
Yeah.
No Tejo, and I like KO on this map, but combined with another initiator. Double initiator, KO is potential, but only KO as the only one initiator, I don't like that much, and I think they will still have some problems on defense just to take information, and at least to retake the zones. Only with KO, it will be so hard for them.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's Mr. Fallen on the Omen with Atta Captain on the Viper. I mean, they can both play these agents, you know. Do you like this change?
Like, I think it's like not weird, but I think for me it was a surprising change, because I think, like, as he said, like one initiator as a Koya, I think it's not enough in this map actually. So like, it's a very defensive comp, first of all, and I would like to see how they play on attack.
Oh, well, they will be starting
yeah, and
on
they
the
will be
attack.
starting on attack. So I'm really looking forward to how they manage to execute, taking space, and we will see.
How many rounds do you think they need on attack to maybe be comfortable?
This 6 is enough.
6?
8.
8? You think 8? A minimum 8 rounds?
Yeah.
Oh, well, we'll see if they're going to be able to get. There's a lot of high hopes here from Sidan and Uri. But Pansy and Mini, how many rounds do you reckon they need on the attack?
You know what, I'd answer that, but Mini's been shaking his head. He's not happy up here, Yinzu. So, Mini, what's got you a little pressed about this? What are we looking at
I mean,
here?
I agree with Yuri that, like, if you're going to play... This is typical FUT. FUT are the team that don't love to play with Sova or Fade. They don't love Prowlers or drones.
Okay.
They're playing an attack side of Bind with a Boombot as entry. They're going to have to contact almost everything. And this is the kind of stuff that, you know, if you're talking about international play, deep international play, that's the kind of stuff that, you know, maybe a reason why FUT don't get as far as maybe they could sometimes. So
Yeah.
this has to be a very targeted idea for Team Liquid. They need to have seen something they think is abusable with this composition specifically. But I don't love the beautiful trap play from Liquid there on short.
And hey, you've even got Camo finding Zeus there. A very isolated push out of shower, maybe trying to catch someone, but just it doesn't work out. And they're down to 3 already. That's a huge
But again,
blow.
like, if you think about it, no dog, no drone, nothing to clear out that trap. Triggers the trap instantly. Liquid have everything.
And Liquid have a great read on the floor, the fatal floor to FUT, really. This does worry me. If they've already exploited it in the first round, I do wonder if it becomes a common occurrence, or just they simply had a good start to things. Now, Nat's on the off angle here. You gotta do more than that to force Nats away from those sort of angles. And look at Kiko's position, they're so aware. Yeah, it's gorgeous. Wrapped up with a bow with an in-zone flawless in this round 1 start from Liquid. I'm worried for FUT.
Yeah, I'm worried for FUT. This is a map that Liquid have not looked bad on at all. I think if we look historically, something I was just talking to you about is that Liquid's coaching staff and Kamek, they come from the same team. Job Life back in the day, tier 2 French team, but they would pick this map every single opportunity they could. This is a map that the theory should be strong for Team Liquid. It's looked decent so far, and I think against the composition, like with a weird composition, you kind of rely on map theory to kind of figure out what are the flaws. And I think that they're going to have the brain power here to work out what is weak about this footballer's composition.
It looked indicative from round 1 of that. We see if it holds true. Kamek will be probably forced off this from the high flash coming in from cracks, but nothing is going to force Kiko away. He gets complete carte blanche to just absolutely shred FUT to pieces, leaving just old Mr. Fallen last alive. Makes a go of it though, takes away Kamek and gets an upgrade. A 1v3. Show me a miracle, Mr. Fallen. That spike is not anywhere near to you. Oh, it's actually in the TP as well. Great. Good. Just where I'd want it.
Yeah, if there was ever an impossible 3v1, it's close to this one.
Does feel pretty close to it, doesn't it?
I'll do my best to curse.
You're trying really hard, and I really respect that. That's very, very kind of you. There it is. Again, let's kind of review these first 2 rounds in a very simplistic way. The ability to get away with murder is that kind of short push up on A. There's no dogs, there's not going to be any prowlers to clear, there's no drones to force back here. How are you meant to force this player off this angle? If you're already going to invest your high flash over towards site, they are limiting themselves and allowing so many of these opportunities for Liquid to come through. I need to see FUT bring out something.
I'd love to highlight that play Nats does. That's a play that he's been doing since 2020, I think. Like, that is a Nats play. If I was ever to say, like, what is that play, that's Nats right there. There's something that I've stolen and given to Kron last year, I think. Just that fast TP through the hooker as a little trap. Map control, interesting pop flash. Nice micro, nice little pop flash through for showers.
How do you clear camo?
How do you clear a judge?
Oh, well.
Oh wait, there isn't a judge.
Nope.
I've misread it. Oh no, there is a judge.
It's just
I haven't
on
misread
Nats.
it. Sorry.
Yeah, yeah. How do you clear
Old person
Nats?
moment. Judges would farm this
Yeah.
team, and Nats is more than happy to buy them.
Yeah, they just had the dog from Palitech just clear down B long, so you're starting to feel more and more secure in this.
Yeah, in the 3A.
Yeah, and Nats just baiting him in. Ghost in hand. Timing now. Paranoia's there. High flash goes out. He's still fine on this corner. Does get forced away, but only so far. And there's the reward for it. Camo does get traded out. That's the only benefit here, but the support system's in play. We're down to 3v2. Krax and Yedajay have to go against the odds, and that's taking a wild fight on his own. And Panitek just drifting in. This is huge from FUT. They get a massive opportunity. He goes only on a Sheriff, and he's a million miles out of there.
Yeah, it looked like he was going for a flank, but I think he got caught by a trip, so having to change direction. It's going to be a tough one for him. I don't know if he can collect much. Maybe in CT there might be something.
See what he can get here. Obviously for FUT, if he did set something off on that flank, then you know this is going to be a question mark or two. But they've got the time. They've got the Vandals.
I mean, being the smokes here is always the best. You can smoke spike off.
Launching smoke.
It's still going to be difficult.
Yeah, the timing, you can just hear it already, is so low. But he can do maximum damage potentially. No, okay, so Yedajay keeps them moving forward, but it got uncomfortable there. Still, a lot of damage done in this buy round coming out from FUT, and the bonus for Liquid.
I mean, that to me is like a classic FUT round. Like, all the odds are against them, and they somehow manage to catch that little bit of lack of discipline, I'd say, from Team Liquid at the end.
Yeah. But again, there's so many moments in this where we've been going, especially even from map 1, let's say there's 2, we go, oh, if only Liquid tightened up that part of it, this team could be really scary, right? We're talking about the kind of minutiae at times, really small elements to it, but again,
yeah, those are the things that make you consistent.
And it's normally the last thing that kind of hits through here. Big play through towards Showers, though. This is invested interest behind it. And again, we're seeing this Outlaw coming out. But
Yeah,
Nats now.
even the Outlaw is a great call here against a composition that doesn't have the drones to clear the space. They've got the camera, but it's being used at B long this round.
Let's see. Slow and steady, up towards this A site.
A lot of space for FUT, though.
Yeah, he's done really well there, Mr. Fallen. Takes a lot of the room away.
Something to look out for in this kind of position is now the KO using the flashes for backside. Something FUT used to do in the past couple of years. The KO is they're not happy with just front side control usually.
They don't have Showers either, so there is a bit of discomfort, it feels like, on this, that they can't fully secure the site yet. There's still that paint shell. There's still parts of this. Panitek going down here. Okay, so that lurk on B is still very much in effect. Zeus going to post his paint shell. Send that through with the Paranoia. Smoke's going to go up as well. They want to secure this now. They want... Oh, the timing! Kiko! Going to find Mr. Fallen. He was the one keeping that area safe. Now it doesn't feel so secure at all. My word, Nats gets a little too curious, and Zeus is right there with the follow-up as well. That's enough for the plant now. Yeah, Krax is low. Yeah, the captain's a little low, but we're going to need Camo to do some big damage if they want to go at this one. Not going to happen with Zeus controlling this side of the map. Nice tempo shift there from FUT. Happy to kind of slow things down as well. Wait for that control to build back on the site.
This is a game plan I've actually seen FUT run in the past, where they're kind of they contact into lamps, and it looks awkward that like they just have lamps control and not really anything else, but they just wait, and they'll wait, and they'll wait, and they'll get rewarded for it. And it's nice to see that kind of lack of panic in those situations.
Sure.
But I think Team Liquid, if I'm Lohan right here, I'm pulling a timeout, and I think we need to adjust to some of these pretty obvious flaws that this FUT composition could be exploited. Exploitable flaws in the composition of FUT.
Yeah, if you're able to pick up on that already, maybe something to note. Now, I do wonder if we get that timeout. I am seeing what looks like a timeout. Oh, Mini.
That could be a coach.
I think you could, you know. I hear Fnatic needs a new one. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry.
I'm not about that life anymore.
No, you've moved on.
I'm a changed man.
Vitality.
If Vitality want to send me that assistant coach contract,
just
that could
whoa.
be a feat. What?
What the hell?
I'll bring you along.
Nice one. Okay, sweet.
Analyst pansy.
Appreciate it. Okay, we're all in.
What is it? Spreadsheets, I think
Love
they call them.
Love them. Yeah, I can do a spreadsheet or two. V-lookups, H-lookups. Yeah. Conditional formatting, got you. Nice pastel colors, which is the main thing. But it is time out for Liquid, and I think you're right. This is to talk about tendencies and what they've seen from FUT so far. the quite clear flaws in the FUT plan or moments that Liquid could try and exploit. Now, the thing is, though, FUT are still arguably, at least when the day started, the favoured side in this. Yeah. And as much as Bind may not be their map of choice, they aren't atrocious at it, right? They've got a theory that works for them, and there is that kind of discussion point of, okay, it may not be theoretically the quote-unquote best approach to it, but it seems to work with them.
Yeah, their identity is a lot around just a lot of contact. They're very comfortable to play a contact style of play, and that doesn't require you to have drones. So they're used to it. It's by no means that, you know, they're not out of this map at all. No. It's just, again, we're so close to international play, and that's the kind of thing that, you know, I'm wary of.
Here we go. And looking at this, we have that one danger man. That's Camo. See that little raise wandering around? That's the one to be worried about. The rest, Sheriffs. Oh my god, the timing. Oh, okay, Camo's gone down. All good. Mr. Fallen with a quick little snap back here. What the hell? Kiko's picked up the rifle. He's done some damage. Yedache now forced to fight, and he does well to find him. Nats is not with the pack either. He's on the other side, and he's forced the ult out. They don't want to be sitting on that one. That's good information here. Nats trying to toy with them. But they're so close already. He can't be the one to be seen doing this. Maybe a switch of where the Vandal's going to be placed, right? Bring it into Nats' hands.
Yeah, they need to go collect something. It's gonna. They're too far. Yeah.
There we go. Switcheroo. Oh, but it's only Yedache that took a bit of damage there. He's down to 55. The rest are sitting pretty. Still got the nade, still got a flash. Ada Captain's got util for the post plant. Super tough situation for any further.
Don't need to overcommit here. They do have a bit of post plant util.
I think the camera just went in as well.
Even the camera, yeah.
Yeah, that's huge, right? This should be. I'm always so hesitant to say it, but this should be quite a comfortable post plant. There we go. So that's the first checkpoint made. Nats tried to make a little bit of room there, but you could already see it. The time stall on the spike. That's going to be coming out from Ada Captain, just making sure they keep those precious seconds. And speaking of precious, those weapons are dropping. Nats made a go of this one. Time's gone, but a costly round. Nevertheless, Nats does very well there. Again, the idea was great. I think it was Kiko who eventually picked up that Vandal that got dropped from Camo initially, filtering through the hands, but
yeah,
still.
Made it winnable.
Yeah.
Again, I don't want to harp on about it too much, but how do you play anti-ecos when you don't have a Skydog or a Prowler or a Wingman?
Stacks get so much scarier.
It does become very difficult, so rounds like that are going to get sketchy. It has to be all around that Cypher camera, like you need to build an anti-eco around that. And an interesting timeout here from FUT.
I'm a little surprised to see this coming in at this point.
Yeah, I've been critical of them this kickoff so far, the kind of timeouts off of big momentum. Like, if you're winning, you're winning. Like, I don't want to touch anything, so...
It's interesting seeing the different mentalities to timeouts as well, because I feel like, as I said, with the Liquid one, you called it perfect, and we kind of saw that sort of play in. But as I said, this is a really curious timeout. But we wait and see. They've got a lot of ults coming up, or at least potentially Zeus, one off from theirs, 2 away from Craxus. Maybe just to check in on that and how they want to approach beyond it.
It might be something to do with the way that Nats has used his Viper ult in the past, and they've got a read on that. Yeah. I don't know.
It could be a very niche check-in, but that's a big timeout.
Yeah, usually these timeouts are... It's usually something to do with the mentality rather than strategic, but... And
that's 3 rounds in a row that FUT have been doing okay. I mean, I feel like we're never going to see purely clean rounds from FUT because of the composition, but they've still strung 3 together, which is the imperative part.
Yeah, very strange. Because, yeah, like we saw it in other games where the timeout is going to be needed at a certain point. And it's like, do you need it now?
Is it about this Viper's pit?
There.
I don't think so. I just said it, to be honest with you.
I'm
trying to figure out something.
These lies, Mini. How will I ever trust you again? Stands. FUT just going through the motions here. Hard to clear area. They've only really got the Boombot to do so, which has been sent out to business. So I feel like that's shut off this part of the map, unless you just want to put bodies behind it, which is so scary.
They don't have anything to brute force through this Viper ult with this composition, so it looks like they are going to go towards showers, but again, coming out of that tiny choke point on the doorway is very risky. Usually you just see teams go towards B in this situation as the more consistent approach.
And seeing where Camo's repositioned to, kind of playing up towards Heaven here, that flash should be very informative. Okay, so this is maybe a timing hit here. Camo Oh, he waits through it. That's so gorgeous from Camo. Very in control. He can depend on Kamek now. Doesn't need to take the next contact. Oh, he plays off the Dizzy. Really nice. That just got sent through. That's it. That's a wrap on this one, folks. Yeah, the J and Cracks can't access it. I'm really surprised they still tried to power through this way towards A. I felt this was going to be the, all right, I guess we're going B, boys. Maybe it's a stack, but we got to go
30
there.
seconds left.
Yeah, a bit of desperate mid. I don't know. Desperate doesn't seem like the right word because they seem very composed about what they're doing. But yeah, maybe that ult was something that Fallen thought was going to be the make or break, and he got punished for it. Yeah, 99% of the time there, I think cooling towards B. You know that 2 are going to probably stay on the A side of the map. You're probably going into a 3-man site on the B side. But you got to take that. There's nothing to gain on the A side of the map there, I don't think.
And also, of course, credit to Camo for how he played that himself. A nice little individual work from him. Lovely composure. But yeah, very surprised the FUT carried on that way, especially off the back of a timeout as well. They still went into that. Okay, you know, fresh slate here. Still have enough money for a purchase. I think they might be missing out on one player. I want to see what...
I mean, if that was the timeout call, that's not a good timeout call.
I would love to find out genuinely what that timeout was.
Because you know the Viper orbs on showers and the one with, like, there's too much. We'll go next, right? We go next,
it's fine. Him with a nice NT, and we move through. So, we have Showstopper with Zeus. We have one away from Cracks with the KO ult. We've got a lot coming up here. And a Captain only 2 off from his as well. But those kind of like your standard 3-1-1, just defaulting throughout, making sure they catch any aggression. But Protocol list will be here going towards this B side of things. Panatek's been caught out a few times on towards long, but this Flash, he now knows someone's made some decent progress.
Yeah, this kind of default is possible with FUT's comp, and the exec isn't going to be too bad.
Oh god, the follow-up Flash though. Fortunate that landed. Really well done, Zeus! An absolute animal on the site. Just turrets around and gives him it on a platter. He gets the plant. I'll get a 4th for you. Give me the 5th. He's on for it. Kiko. Slowly trying to tread towards the site. Yeah, the J. Oh, man. Zeus. Oh!
Knife out.
So excited for that.
If we're going to chase the 5th, it's got to be with the gun.
Surely, right? That's going to be a replay and a half. But also, timing of that flash from Cracks, I'm surprised that was still there, because Panatek looked like he could have really done some damage. Coming up from long, he avoided the paranoia. He was sitting there just fine, but that one flash just catching him at the end allowed that little bit more freedom for Zeus to fly in towards that site and demolish just about everyone.
Yeah, I'm surprised Liquid didn't have a reaction almost. They felt a bit slow to rotate towards B. I think given... Against a big ult on B, it's very hard to hold. As soon as you've lost Hooker and or B long, holding that B site is a nightmare. So I would have liked to have seen Liquid be a bit more proactive on that A side of the map, to be honest with you.
So whoever's doing the replays, love you guys. I love you guys so much, you have no idea. So damn good. All right, 3 to 4. And for all the faults and flaws that we can talk about with FUT, and the desk can talk about with FUT here, they are still in the lead, right? Like, we have to kind of keep pulling that back into play. They are still in the lead, and once again, this is selling a bit of a fake. I like it. The flash going to catch, but a quick TP away. It was Zeus over there. He evacuates, but no quick rotation yet. They can take the TP, they can go where they want, but I'm curious if Kiko can survive, if maybe even Camo can make it out alive here, because the site is going to be under that FUT banner. Oh, Camo! He must have only... Oh, and Kiko as well! I should never doubt them, apparently! Yenajay tries! But Cracks and him will fail. That was blink of an eye stuff.
I think that was one of the first rounds where it looked like Liquid were FUT. Like, I think FUT outplayed them that round a little bit, and then Liquid on the weak side just having individual pop-offs there.
That was ridiculous. Let's have a look at this one again. Nice. Whoa, it was so quick on Zeus there too. Beautiful stuff, wow.
I would like to note that for this, I think that this is a better look on the defense side. So the fact that they're already 4 on attack, I know that Bind's probably a little bit attack-sided, but I think that this is looking good for FUT right now.
Yeah, genuinely. Oh dear. Oh my god. I thought I thought he could have gone away with that for a whole second there, but the panic ensued.
Yeah, it seems like Liquid don't want FUT taking this B-long control.
They really don't like it.
2 rounds in a row that they've given a hard answer.
Yeah, and fast play here, but still no control off the back of that paranoia. So they're just going to path towards the site. That shorty's still just holding enough space that it's a nuisance. Should
give this to Atta Captain for the Viper ult, but still good.
Planted.
All good.
Retake with the showstopper now.
Yeah, but Atta Captain's shouldering this. They're actually looking like they want to try and hold on this one. They're trying to do the damage and they get it. It's Mr. Fallen who's the one to claim the kill, but it could have been any. But the stall out here could have been a bit more, I felt. But actually, it's Liquid still putting up numbers. A 1v2 is not impossible, but look at the positioning here. It's lovely. FUT, with all the doubts, still putting up numbers.
Yeah, the retake, the showstopper, I mean, we could have supported that a bit better, maybe. But I think that the key issue for Liquid there was trying to retake through lamps. In my opinion, I think lamps is the last place you touch in a retake. Go through the front of the site. That's traditionally how Bind's kind of retake A theory goes. And they just run into a meat blender, basically, in lamps. These early rounds not look too bad from Liquid, but it's closing them out has been the problem.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Well.
Can't pick that one back up.
Nope. Wonder how much that changes plans here. Defaults being held. We've seen that priority shift of Liquid not wanting that B-long pressure from the likes of Yella J or anyone else, but now they've had to give that up. So currently tracking towards that weaker side of the map here.
Yeah, FUT able to get so much map control early with almost nothing. Again, just contacting. So early into the round too.
Which is a bit surprising that Liquid aren't trying to punish that a bit more, because it felt like they had that idea in mind initially, but it's...
I guess just not expecting Yetajay to walk up by himself after showing, you know, dominance over that part of the map for 2 rounds.
Yeah, fair point. Okay, Atta Captain. Uh-oh, that little hesitation, but actually just a nice little shoulder check on it now. Zeus is going to get caught. Panatek, it's all his! Gets a second here! Maybe there's more, and suddenly they've got fights on 2 fronts. They've got to know Nats is still around, but Nats still is going to do damage. FUT are down to 2. Yellowjay and Mr. Fallen. The spike is on the site. Yellowjay trying to secure backside, but they've got worries. Apparently they don't. 2 big kills. Yellowjay does what he can, but it's down to a 1v1. Suddenly, it's all over the place. The TP was taken. Mr. Fallen going to get his ult regardless here now. Camo just had to wait for a second.
Spike planted.
Interesting reposition from Fallen.
He's got smoke.
It's not the best position, but it's a one that you're not going to expect with a default plan.
But I feel like he has no idea where Camo is to an extent. Timing! Oh, he's got him! He just checked around towards heaven. And again, FUT, round by round, getting closer. So maybe even bringing us to a third. It's still 4-6. It's still close, but this is a really good half from them.
Yeah, that's another round where FUT looked a little bit out of it, and then suddenly out of nowhere, it's just the Turkish aim coming up big again.
Can't deny it. 'Cause you look at this start. Panatek's got them 2 kills here, and even Nats gets another on top. You think, well, surely.
Okay.
Bloody hell, that's
just
how he got
banged
it?
in through nothing.
Oh.
I mean, I can't really see it from Liquid's perspective, but maybe some of that discipline against a team like FUT, you just need to be so disciplined.
How much info do you think that knife just got? I'm kind of interested if it was all
I think
3
it hit a
players. Yeah. If anything, it spurred this on.
Nice
Now,
little showers push out from Liquid.
I do like that. Kamek is the one with the rifle, though, so you've got to keep your eyes on him. But timing is everything on this as well. If Yellowjay just, I don't know, a second earlier or a little bit later, could have maybe caught this. But right now, they are in the right place. Yellowjay slowly creeping closer. He's already caught 1, and FUT just barrel on in. They had what they needed. Yellowjay going to invest the ult. They're going to know about this 3rd lurk in position. And Zeus is having none of what they're trying to sell. They've kept this one sewn up here. I was worried about anti-ecos. I was worried about a lot here. But FUT have proven me wrong round by round. 5 standing and in zone flawless.
Yeah, and attack side, again, like the attack side is looking good. And when you've got a Cypher and a Viper on your team going into a defense, you're going to be feeling more than comfortable with 7 or 8 rounds.
This from Yellowjay is timing just right. still being cognizant of maybe even their further presence. Love the ult on top. Lovely. Really, really good stuff. Now, is it going to be that 5-7 scoreline or 4-8? I mean, let's see. We've got Ada Captain with the ult. That's neither here nor there. I'm looking at who else gets theirs online, though. Kiko only one off. Little flash sent through to try and win out that Showers control. Trying to prioritize potentially Kiko getting that ult.
That was so dangerous from Zeus. Half a second away from death there. Liquid again looking... Oh, it looked like they were going to attempt fate with that Showers push again. But FUT, more than comfortable. Oh, interesting.
But they have no presence on long.
No, I don't
like that.
I don't really understand what is going on right now.
They've got late presence, I guess, in Mr. Fallen, but there's a cubby. Look at the little pocket. This could be a tragedy. Look at the crossfire in play right now. Unless Yedajay calls this off.
I mean, this is the layer behind that fake idea.
But there's still Showers. There's still Kamek here. Yeah, and you know this feels like it's going to be a cancel because you can't go towards B. If Liquid have long control with, be it just 1 or 2 or whatever it is, the crossfire to site is too much to try and drop out from Hookah. Yeah. So they've tried to readjust. They've gone for a long adjustment. Do they get away with murder again? I don't think so. Panatek's not going to let it happen again. Cracks, the only one to really draw blood on that push, but a 5-7 scoreline. I've got to say it, FUT, for all their faults, have pulled through a very good scoreline here. Obviously, the second half is going to be everything in this one. I don't know how this ends, but I can't wait to find out, so don't go too far away.
Left. One enemy remaining.
5-7. We were a little unsure about FUT on this map, but round by round, they've proven that they know what they're doing. How dare we doubt them? And Liquid, nah, only 5 rounds, come on. But that's still a competitive scoreline, Mehdi. This is still a close affair.
Yeah. I mean, FUT playing classic FUT style,
yeah.
No recon agent. It's not necessarily games like this I'm as worried about it. It is their first showing of it too. Like, it's more the next game or the game after that where like this starts to be broken down a little bit, but yeah, a good showing from FUT, and defense should be okay for them with this comp, I think.
Oh, but look at Mr. Fallen doing kind of what Liquid did to them, getting aggressive down on A short. And now all eyes turn straight towards Showers. They know what's coming their way. FUT have read the playbook. They've left it out on the table, apparently. Even just Kamek and Kiko. All right, mate.
Plant the spike.
Kamek's super low, but
Spike planted.
have we got around? I don't know.
No post-plant util, and the HP is low, so it's going to be difficult.
I don't know if I trust you. I feel like Kiko's got another. I don't know why. Mystic Meg out here. I believe in it. Late reposition from Kamek. I don't know. This feels a bit weird. Just taking a little bit of a hit from that. Maybe displaying that he was in Showers. Misinformation. The flank is there, though. And the final line of cracks finding Kamek secures the pistol for FUT.
Maybe a weird detail to note, but Liquid last time they played did like a short burst on their pistol, and it looked like FUT were ready for that, and it just so happened to be the perfect plan against the pistol Liquid ran this time. So Liquid may have shot themselves in the foot with kind of having a pistol that was very anti-stratable from last time.
Yeah.
Leaving the one player short to die.
The energy as
Solid
well.
retake from FUT.
Yeah, that was nice in the end. You can see how much impact that's going to have to sets them up potentially to take us to a third, right? This is...
I think it's looking that way.
I'd love to see
Interesting
Haven.
buy from Liquid here, just the solo Stinger.
Oh.
So have a set strat here.
Right, Camo. What do we have? Oh. Yeah, you want to go through that, so there's the plan.
So this Viper was something that even Job Life last year would throw Lohan in Kamik's last team for these kind of bonus rounds.
Kamik's already fallen. It is on Camo, and he finds nothing. That Stinger just kind of changing hands, and he gets 0 reward. All theory and no execution so far, leaving Nats and Palitek the last 2 standing. We know Palitek's still on long. Mr. Fallen making sure. FUT with an in-zone flawless. No surprises here.
I like the attempt though. It was a nice idea.
What was the idea?
The idea was using the Viper wall to split the site into 2, allowing for an easy execution out of long B. Honestly, I prefer just sending it into lamps with like a Bucky or something.
Sure.
But, you know, I like to see thought behind those rounds and not just, you know, buy a bunch of sheriffs and then just waste the round away, you know? So
Probably would have won it if they had a load of sheriffs though, wouldn't they?
if I was casting, yeah, probably.
5 to 7, sorry, 5 to
But
9.
a nice little hooker push here.
I like what we're seeing from FUT. I do like this sort of like...
They seem to just go instant though. I thought they'd wait a little bit, maybe like wait for attackers to scale up and then trigger the trap. We had a KO flash maybe over the top we can throw, but they are forcing...
Flashing through smokes
Yeah.
and taking space. They're early on this though, it feels
Yeah,
like.
they are early.
They found it now, but...
I like the idea of like, you do that on hooker, you expect attackers maybe to go towards B long and then you trigger the trap, but again, like you said, it's too early on, I think, both of those attempts there.
Okay, Knife will be back up in a couple of seconds, so they'll be there for the second cycle, but... Again, for Liquid, they haven't made much progress though. They have been hindered by these kind of attempts.
Yeah, and FUT re-pushing out for info now. And
They found
behind
nothing.
this is an A setup that's entrenched with all this great util. We've got the Viper, and we got the Cypher setup.
This might go completely wrong here for Liquid because FUT are in the right place. They've even brought over the third man. Knife is now back in, remember, unless Cracks did just invest that. No, 15 more seconds really for his. Okay, but the timing. There's so much stall here. Liquid are in a real pickle. They are in trouble. Oh, not as much as Ada Captain was with his mouse there. Absolutely having a nightmare on it. But still, they have bodies here. They still have 2 more players, and they're still doing chunks of damage to him. They might have just made it out of the massacre alive here. Mr. Fallen, the last one. And he's pretty far off. Eats the flash. Can he do any damage with this, though? Would be nice.
Cover going out.
Tricky. Might Palitek? No. Okay, 3 standing. They make it out. I honestly thought that could have been the death of them there and then.
I think players got to stop using mouse wheel as a jump. I'm spacebar gang.
Behave.
Like in rounds like that, this is an important game. And after Captain's died because he's accidentally pressed the mouse wheel.
I'm going to be honest, probably, yeah, I do agree in battle. Because I ain't seeing
There are no bunny hop in this game. There's no
exactly.
things
Like,
running around.
I do agree in battle.
Like I think FUT played that round, you know, they were a bit early on some of the execution towards B, but the game plan of having like a proactive site and then a site where we're kind of playing that bunkered setup, that's a lot better than the look that they had versus Vitality. Versus Vitality, they won 1 defense gun round. Like what I saw there was actually quite promising until, you know, mouse wheel bugs.
Do you remember that video? Oh, Frankie. Very, very patient beginnings here, though. Progress made over towards B, but that's about all we report. Now, I feel like they've kind of seen this I guess, defense a little bit now. They started to work it out a touch, if you can, in all the chaos from the previous round. But Zeus's position.
Nat's doing Nat's thing.
Ugh.
But
I
this
don't know.
time with the Viper.
Yeah. Nat's doing weird stuff. That was very un-Nats-like almost. I don't feel like I watch him make mistakes very often, but this is what it is. And now it feels so predictable, doesn't it? The paranoia, come on, that was so... And Panic still gets they still get effective trades even with all of that. And yeah, the J should be dead, and he isn't. How are things going this way? This is an absolute mess again! And Kiko wins out on the site. Zeus is still here. This man is lethal, and he's reminding you why. This would have to be an absolutely nuclear round from Kiko, though. 4 kills he'll need to get in total. Only got 13 seconds. Goes for the safest plant he can. It's down. 1v1. And a captain's not got it. Kiko with a belting round for Liquid there. And it felt like every fight that should have gone one way went the other.
I mean, a muddy round for sure, but have to highlight Kiko. Like, he's been the shining light on this roster, and I mean, he's been putting up numbers that you see only from, you know, world-class duelists, and he's been doing it on smoke, so have to credit him for that round win, really. But yeah, very, very back and forth situations that it shouldn't be back and forth. Valorant, some awkwardness. I'd like the initial approach from Liquid, the idea of using that short as a little bit of a distraction potentially, but very weird timing from that. FUT's economy in the bin right now.
Yeah, struggling on that one, but still a Bucky, and it's Kamek. Sometimes they take risks, Mini, and it makes me nervous.
He's got 2 kills. He needed the confidence.
That's how he went for it.
That's why he went for it.
That's what he's going for. He's doing great. Look at the assists. You know, 10 of them.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, not quite the same performance as he had last map, but
No, but it's okay.
Yeah.
We have Zeus on a corner with a Sherry. And he's got a kill. Oh my god. Oh, we've made choices.
I don't like it,
We've
but
made choices.
it did make me panic.
Yeta J and Cracks now. Oh, god, I thought that was go around the corner, but
The
maybe.
long flank with the Bucky here for Yeta J.
It's ambitious, isn't it?
It is ambitious. I mean, economic damage is good, but I don't know if we're going to be able to do much here.
And we've got Cracks, who is out towards heaven. So yeah, maybe just trying to punish a little bit of this money.
Just contain them in.
Catch some exits. There it is. Not really getting much play, are they? You can see Yeta just creeping closer.
He's made the wrong choice. It was 50-50, short of showers, and
Short shower save. So, looking to get rid of these weapons, and they do. So, a nice attempt made. It got a little bit panicky there. Again for Zeus. That's a big old gone.
that's a big ult gone, yeah. I generally don't approve of those ones, but you could see the vision almost.
Sure. I don't even know if it feels like a...
It may be even a misclick,
That's
but
what it almost felt like. It's like he thought about it for a second and went, ah.
is that 2 misclicks costing them?
If it's on the mouse wheel, bloody hell. It's all over.
Yeah, that is over, yeah.
But we have a lot of ults just around the corner. Cracks 1 off from his, 2 away from our captains. We still have the J on theirs, but on the other side, Fish ult there for Kamek, 1 off from Palatic. Some very big instigating.
Straight approach from Liquid here. Just a little flash towards B long, a bit of conditioning. Direct approach up short.
Chosen the right side, at least weak side approach here. But you look at the util. The util pour on and stall from FUT can be absolutely lethal. Now, our captain did have that mouse wheel moment not too long ago, and bloody hell, they were close by. But Nats this time does get Yeta J, and the Fish gets the catch.
The Fish
just
has gone
around
for
the
the woo.
corner. Hey, don't you doubt.
It's wall hacking.
He's cheating.
The
He's
Fish
on
is
the
cheating.
gear.
The Fish is on the gear.
Little pop flash through the smoke. And that turns out every day. Mr. Fallen and Zeus now, they've got a 2v3 out of this, because Zeus, even though it looked like he was blind and all that, didn't manage to find 2. Round 2 we go. And Zeus, oh no, it's just the piranhas in the water. Trying to avoid it, but time is starting to tick here. They've got to get a move on. Oh, what's it like to be talented? God damn. Mr. Fallen, though, He knows his time is up here. Just ran a little too late into it. We're tied all even, Mini. It's gone from looking like FUT had all the answers to suddenly Liquid are back at the door.
Yeah, I mean, I've called it completely wrong again. FUT look horrible. No, I think that the lack of, I mean, they got a KO knife to work with, but in terms of like big information, they don't have it. So they're having to be as proactive as they can on this B side of the map, and then have an entrenched A setup. And when that entrenched setup isn't working, it's just not working.
Yeah.
I want to see an adjustment in the way that the KO knife is used, I think. I'm not sure we're getting enough value information-wise right now. We're using the KO more like a proactive flash agent and not like an info agent. And I think we're going to need to see some information from that knife to inform some of these rotations.
They got to do it fast, because the chances of Bangkok felt a little bit more likely, right? Maybe they could have taken us to a third, then maybe put a back in things, but Zeus, he's not giving up yet. He's going to try and give them every chance they can. We're going to see the Seekers coming out, but the captain just drifting in and getting caught here. So big rotation now from FUT, trying to keep their hopes alive of just making it to a map 3. Big catch on his camo, going to be hindered, and FUT not stopping yet. Kiko tries to do what he can, putting up numbers. There's Kamek left in the 1v2. Players right, players left, and Zeus is on the money. A incredibly valuable, pay-safe Thrifty coming in just when they needed it.
I don't love using big ults in those situations, but Krax's KO ult saved them that round. Completely taking off that showstopper from Camo, he was about to go nuclear.
Unbelievable.
FUT are just, they're able to just pull these rounds out.
Hope reignited now for FUT. You want to see him get to map 3. You want to see if they can push it that far for Liquid. It was a reignition of hope to close out in 2 just moments ago, but now a quick reminder. FUT are no slouches here.
Yeah, and the Viper ult online for FUT, making it difficult like we saw on the previous half. Looks like Liquid are probably going to veer more towards the B side of the map, which is more correct.
Deep ult as well.
Yeah, he's got the safety net of the trip as well, so he's very comfortable. Interesting, Krax is deciding to rotate towards A here, off of almost nothing.
Surely he comes back after the cam just got contact, but he's actually still committing to this.
Yeah, this is a mistake. We're talking about knives, but you can do a lineup from there, anywhere on the map. I don't...
It hasn't been exploited, right? Like, obviously we see it, they don't, but that there was a window of chance there that could have been really, really devastating. Now this slower play coming out from Liquid has allowed time for the rotation back here for Krax. But does Camo go off this? And Yedajay's position. Oh, he does! He's called Krax! What? And he gets it! Camo! How have you just gotten 3 there? You had 0 right to walk in and just beat down the door, but now the captain can at least catch 1. Takes away Kamek in this 2v3, and with Zeus, the young talent still alive and breathing, there is a chance here. Still has a paint show. Camo is low. Nats and Kiko sitting deeper here. Camo gonna try and do what he can. 5 HP, he's already got 3. And bloody hell, he might have just got 4 potentially. Knowing where this just came from. Had a captain doing the same thing. Camo, he's on for the ace here, but he just wants the round. And a captain's got a chance to absolutely break hearts, but he's got to get a move on now. And Camo is going to be sweating bullets here. Time, I think, has departed, and they've gotten away with it, but Jesus Christ, that was close.
I mean, hell of a close round in the end, but it all came down to FUT having 3 on B and being unable to hold. They don't look comfortable in these tight holds at all.
This? Okay.
Like when you change your composition, some of these little kind of crossfires and stuff, you're kind of lacking at times.
3 individual 1v1s, that's a dream for him on the way in. You don't get that.
There was no util being used, no kind of like interesting idea.
You can see how frustrating it is as well, because I think it was Yedajay was pretty close to denying that even starting, but no support in it, no complementary crossfires, no, even the timing on the trades coming was a little bit labored. And look at what this now does, right? We're back at 10 apiece, and this could have been, if you're looking at, from maybe you remove round 19, right? The Sheriff pop-off, right? This has been a lot of rounds in a row for Liquid now.
Yeah, FUT just
nervous.
like in general, it just feels like if we even look at last game, they just look uncomfortable on defense. Like in positions where they should be holding, they're not. I mean, it's a weird comp to play on defense, but they have defensive tools that you would be able to expect to hold these sides.
Yeah. God, this is a pressure timeout. This is such a big moment to keep hope alive with the chance of maybe making it through towards Bangkok. Obviously, it's not a lock-in off this. It's just another chance of being alive. That lower bracket dream carrying on forwards. Bloody hell, this is... That's a throw and a half. Christ. Arms on him. 10-10. Ults here as well for Liquid. Zeus right away. Oh my god, and he's got one as well. Instant trade out though. Maybe hoping to catch someone solo holding. I don't know what the plan was beyond that. That feels really high risk. Oh my god.
Yeah, it's not really worth it.
And then there's the dog. I don't know if it caught both players, but it's definitely seen one, obviously. This could go either way, right?
Liquid, they still got 2 big ults here. If they get the spike down, Nats has got his Viper ult to secure the round, essentially.
Hold on. Camo, once again, getting involved. And Mr. Fallen got caught on the ult. Maybe trying to slip through CT, but the ult covered both, and now the plant comes in from Nats. Does Krax try and be sneaky here? Does he try and make the hero play himself? Just goes for the spray. Oh, dearie me. Nats says no. It's looking like 11 for Liquid now. And a captain in Yedajay. Pretty behind the wheel on this, having to walk in pretty much blind. A barrel seen and 2 bodies dropped. It ain't over yet. Down to a 2v2. Yedajay's got ult as well. Kiko, Camo, called upon again. Ult gonna go down now. Molly on top. This is buying time. Oh, Kiko on the fadeaway. Gonna find out the captain, leaving just Yedajay in the 1v2. One to the right, one up front. He's running out of time here, and Liquid getting closer and closer. Kiko again! Huge impact. Minnie, you said this guy's been having performances, playing like a duelist, but on smokes in different roles. And we're seeing it here. 24 kills overall.
Yeah, I mean, I'll call myself out. I wasn't a believer. Like, I thought that this kid wasn't going to be on this roster this year, to be honest with you. After the performance last year, he wasn't looking great on Duelist, but Liquid saw something I didn't. And I mean, it's paid off dividends.
Bagged and tagged.
That round.
I mean, the two ults from Liquid weren't necessary to close it out, but I didn't love FUT's. Pushing on bind is a difficult one, and those raise ults, I feel like they never really work as well as you hope in at least this level of play.
God, what do you say in these moments? It's almost been what, nearly 7 rounds in a row. That one break in the trend. So many close rounds, 2v2s, 1v1s, tooth and nail stuff, but Liquid have clawed this game back. A heartbeat still heard, they are alive here, but it feels like that round just then, round 21, that first nail in the coffin. That puts so much potential now in the hands of Liquid. They're one away from the fish ult again, still building back on Camo, you've still got a lot going right for them. Decent money building up. On the other side, a broken purchase. No big ults to bank on, none close by. And if they fumble again, one more round slips, it's Liquid on not just map point, but match point.
Yeah, FUT not seemingly changing up too much. Keeping the double senti kind of idea towards A. Interesting Omenol.
Oh.
Nice little trap idea. So leaving the trip in hooker and then offer the trip and hooker contact. I guess Mr. Fallen's ready to do some damage.
Oh, it's a cool little concept.
It's not going to come to fruition this round, I don't think, though, unless the TP cancel happens from Team Liquid.
It does make you wonder, doesn't it? There's always a chance, and he's got...
I really want to see it
Oh my god, look
now.
at the paranoia. Look how many players are there, though, potentially. Like, if he actually posts that, could be pretty good. I'm down to Clown.
Liquid looking for a backside push here with the flash.
Okay, that paranoia is not bad, but I don't think anyone's there to even work from it, though. That just kind of goes to waste. Buying time, sure.
It's a bit of a stalemate situation with the lamps control. We saw this in the other half too. A little bit of a bait out from Kamek on the top of the spike, trying to get an util out. Krax has found something there.
Yeah, he has. He's got off camo. Lovely. High
Pop
flash.
comes in.
Yeah, but double face. They had nice little corners to play from, right? They can just swing back out. Wingman is being sent in. This is the one they want here. Lovely flash. The 1-2 punch. Zeus out of nowhere. It was more than a stalemate. It was just a nightmare in the end. But Kiko, the hero of the hour, is still alive, but only for a moment longer. FUT digging in their heels now. 11-11, wishing for that 12th.
I think, yeah, I can understand with FUT's composition why we might be in a situation where there's like a bit of a stalemate towards Lamps, but with the composition Liquid has, they have a lot more opportunities to take map control. So, you know, you'd expect a late lurk in showers or maybe some showers control to like make that situation less awkward, multiple approaches onto that A site. So I think a bit of a mistake there from Liquid.
Huge round. It's broken part of the money for Liquid. They can still get like kind of a half buy here. So a Vandal without armor, but
I think Kamek was one away from Geport that round as well, potentially.
yeah.
So another win condition that they didn't consider that round.
So what can they do now? Can they even deny this, or does FUT, have they somehow clutched this from the ground? Zeus! When FUT needed him most, he was out on an island there, hoping for the best, and he only gets the worst. That's a big
And
pick.
that's all off the back of this weird, we haven't talked about it, but Liquid do this weird wall which allows you to scale up close, and Zeus did not expect that position there.
But Yeta J, does he get checked on? We've been seeing the dog going through here. Surely they go through their protocols. There we go. Oh no.
Oh no,
no
Fish.
way. No
It's not
goddamn way. Yeta J not checked on. He's letting Camo work here. Leaving him alone, waiting for that second. The third. The trigger. Discipline is near on perfect. Yeta J with 2 huge kills. But Camo and Nats still getting one back here. And this is still going crazy. Krax is still here. They have no idea. What is going on? Krax kills all 3. FUT make it up to 12, and Liquid left down on 11.
I don't know what to say. Jesus. They're like every moment feels like he's going one way, and then suddenly players like Krax are just coming up huge.
Oh, God. Okay, we got ults coming up close as well now. Ada Captain 2 off, 1 away from Yeta J, 1 away from Krax. On the other side, just Palitek 1 off and 2 for Kiko. Zeus in another tricky position this time. They do have the ability to clear him, but he...
Clearing out showers for the Skyle, it looks like. And it looks like it's going to be a pretty direct, simple approach from Liquid. But FUTballers have 3 here. Oh no, Liquid calling it off.
Cancelling on that. This is so
Very
tense.
interesting. Expecting some kind of TP trap or something.
Find nothing this
Baiting
side.
out the KO knife potentially. Maybe there's layers to this that everyone I'm not seeing.
Maybe, but I swear they saw Zeus on that, on the dog, but they're still going to check on it, right? Yeah, you surely are. Zeus, how is he alive? He does go down, but it's Krax and Mr. Fallen in the back lines. Mr. Fallen dropping him like flies. It's Nats and it's Kiko. Trying to still figure this out for Liquid. Looking like that 2-0 close isn't going to be happening just yet. Spike back to hand. No big ults to deny this, but we've still got Kiko alive. The big man himself. Molly's still there. He can buy time, but does he play to that? Doesn't look like it for now.
That's how they want to get a frag before playing for that win condition.
It's a dreamy idea, but you don't always get what you want in these. Subverting expectations slightly, but...
Fallen will have the smoke for the spike.
There we go. Smoke going to be coming in. Spray, contact made. Kiko getting closer. He can't do it, but can Nats? Can he even deny the defuse? I don't think he can! It's FUT from the brink of destruction, taking us to a 3rd now. Haven, their chance of staying alive here and still with the opportunity to get towards Bangkok.
Red Bull gives you wings.